On the brief this morning, a fearless fighter is how the President Bola Tinubu describes the legacy of the late governor of Ondo State, Rotimi Akeredolu, who died in December. The President echoed the qualities of the former Leonard Silk when he paid a condolence visit to Mrs. Akeredolu in our town in company of the Ondo State governor and other days after he was buried. He was received in the ancient town of Owo by the Olo of Owo, Oba Jibade Ogonye, who appreciated him for the visit.
We lost and he lost 12 sons. So, yes, a man passed. Akeredolu is my very, very close ally. And he's a son of the soil. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's all. As simple as that. I'm running out of time, but I said I must be here. I must see you. I feel the life of my friend, my partner, my political associate. Thank you for giving him a befitting burial. Thank you very much. Aiyedatiwa. Thank you, Deputy. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Also part of the President's journey to the Southwest State is a visit to the leader of the Pan-Yoruba Socio-Cultural Organization, Afenifere, by Ruben Fasharonti, where he assures the leaders that Nigeria will survive the current challenges and takes full responsibility for all actions of the federal government. Well, the President from Ondo State came to Lagos yesterday to inaugurate the Lagos Red Line project that will be inaugurated today under the Babajide Sanwo-Olu administration. And later in the day, the President is going to head out to Qatar to honor the invitation by the Emir of Qatar and also participate in a business and investment forum. Let's head back now to the nation's capital, where the Senate has summoned the Minister of the FCT and the FCT Commissioner of Police to brief lawmakers on the security in the FCT against the backdrop of the recent Galadima kidnap incident. The Senate announced the resolution after a motion moved by Senator Ned Nwoko, representing Delta North, on the need to urgently enhance security measures in the FCT. Among other resolutions taken by the Senate includes calls on the IG of police to urgently increase security patrols and surveillance within Abuja and across the nation to proactively combat and prevent further kidnapping in the country.
Disturbed that the gravity of this situation has only been compounded by the revelation of Barrister Agidi and others' untimely demise at the hands of these abductors, and their remains recovered and deposited at Bogolada Teaching Hospital mortuary.
In view of this tragic incident, that we invite the Minister of FCT and the Commissioner of Police in charge of FCT to meet the Senate in closed session to discuss on the issue of the security of the FCT.
Now, something happened next door. In 2023, the national power grid was reported to have collapsed at least 13 times, and some incidents have been recorded already in the last 2 months. Now, bothered by that development, the House of Representatives has now resolved to investigate the recurrent incident, which has now become what you consider a national embarrassment following a motion moved by Representative Billy Osarawo from Edo State, who believes if checked, it can improve the nation's security and boost economic growth.
Mr. Speaker, the House recalls that the nation is currently facing its worst form of insecurity, including insurgency, banditry, kidnapping, and other violent crimes. The collapse of the national grid will embolden criminal activities and security facilities such as the Vigiscope app, the Police Situation Room app. All police command control rooms can be compromised during the dark hours. Tracking devices that need power to reach telephone lines can be hampered. Mr. Speaker, cognizant of this, that if the frequent national grid collapses are thoroughly investigated and solutions profiled, it will end the continuous system collapse, boost the economy, and reduce the suffering of citizens.
Now, in a rare dramatic twist to the Edo State governorship race, the Edo State Deputy Governor, Philip Shaibu, who emerged as a candidate in a parallel governorship primary from the PDP, he stormed the headquarters of that party, the PDP's national headquarters secretariat, to demand for a certificate of return. Mr. Shaibu's action is in spite of the electoral umpire's representation of certificate of return to Aswe Godalo, who was declared winner in the party's main primary in Benin City. The deputy governor insists that he's the authentic party flag bearer for the September polls.
Today is the day set aside by the electoral guideline approved by the National Working Committee to be the day that the return certificate will be issued. And so it's not something surprising I'm here. I'm here to receive my certificate of return because I won the primaries in Edo that was conducted, and the authentic delegates voted. I'm sure when you look at the walls of the PDP, you see the names of all the delegates that voted for me on the walls of PDP. When the party internal mechanism is being followed, and it's obvious that the party is not likely to listen, the next line of action obviously will be the judiciary. But I pray we don't get there, and that is why I came today. I'm sure in the coming days, the national chairman and others will adhere to what brought me here today, and when they do so, obviously there won't be need to go to court. But if they don't do what is needful in the sense that I won the primary with the authentic delegate, the certificate should be returned to me. If that is not done, we will not have any choice to seek for interpretation by the courts.
A lot of drama in the coming days, I bet. So let's move on now to the concerns raised by some groups. Now, they are raising concern over hostile business environment, but this is coming from the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association, Hitman, saying it can no longer continue in such business environment. Hitman is blaming the hostility on the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPCL Retail, being a competitor, supplier, and regulator, which they claim is threatening members' businesses, as the NNPCL allegedly denies Hitman members' products arbitrarily. The association reeled out their concerns after an expanded meeting of the national officers, and they are worried that the development can lead to scarcity of fuel and PMS.
It is only in this country that you have the supplier, the provider, at the same time as a retailer. It doesn't happen in some other countries, because NNPC Retail is a limited company, like we independent marketers are. All our members are independent marketers. When NNPC want to go into limited, they're supposed not to put us under NNPC Retail, because they are a competitor. Even who knows whether they have been taking our product and selling it. Because when our product comes to them, you hardly get it. You hardly get it. So what is happening? So they are our competitor, and at the same time, our supplier is only in Nigeria that you can see that type of things. The government too should look into NMDPRA. We have a lot of bridging claims which is pending in NMDPRA. NMDPRA is getting money from NNPC, and NNPC is a limited liability company now. They have declared their profit, they have done their annual returns. So we expect that the money is with NMDPRA on this incessant increase in tariffs. NMDPRA is very funny of increasing tariff. It will discourage a lot of marketers who really want to come into the business. Because when you increase tariff today, tomorrow you come back again and increase tariff. So they should find something to it. And the one they have increased, they should call marketers, stakeholders to discuss on it. Because if not so, when stakeholders don't, cannot afford it,
it will return to having the scarcity of products.
Away from that, the presidential spokesman, Mr. Bayo Nanuga, believes it was inevitable to go after cryptocurrency trading website Binance to save the Nigerian economy. He blamed the exchange for the arbitrary fixing of foreign exchange rate, which is antithetical in his view to the country's growth, and claims they have usurped the duty of the central bank. Mr. Nanuga, who was guest on our program Politics Today, says it's sabotage and needed to be checked.
The power market is an illegal market. I don't know why Nigerians, even the media, are feeding on the parallel market. That is not where we should go. What is the CBN rate? As at Friday, the rate for the dollar, in fact, on Thursday was at 1.5. I think on Friday, according to the CBN website, it was at 1.6. So if you look at the exchange rate, even in the so-called parallel market, the exchange rate is stabilizing there, and that's what this country needs. Our economy is too much dollarized. Importers are looking at the exchange rate and using it to fix prices. Some of them arbitrarily, some of them are actually profiteering. That is why the government moves against finance. Some people sit down using the cyberspace to dictate even our exchange rate, hijacking the role of the CBN. They just sit down and fix anything they like. And we were told, for instance, that if you don't clamp down on Binance will destroy the economy of this country. They just fix rate. They are trying to prevent that from happening henceforth.
Well, a lot of talking points. Let's go to COR Business now. The Afri-Exim Bank says it has become the largest financier of oil and gas projects in Africa. The bank gave the disclosure at the ongoing Nigeria International Energy Summit in Abuja. According to the Afri-Exim Bank, it has invested $30 billion in industry projects, with Nigeria as one of the biggest beneficiaries, accounting for almost 60% of that money in total funding of the sector. And this is despite reduced global funding for hydrocarbon ventures in Africa. Outside our shores, U.S. Senate's longest-serving Republican leader, Mitch McConnell, has announced he will be stepping down from his leadership position in November. In his address to the Senate, the Kentucky politician said, in his words, "Time to move on." The senator has proven key to passing conservative priorities and electing Republicans to Capitol Hill, but has also faced off with former President Donald Trump in recent years and clashed with him over his election falsehoods. Let's talk sports now. A snapshot of results from the NPFL, where it was a big day for Plateau United, who recorded the biggest away win this season with a 5-1 victory over Heartland to move to second place on the log table. League leaders Lobby Stars went down to a 2-0 defeat against Sunshine Stars in Akure, but remain and retain their top spot, while Remo Stars dropped to the 4th position after a 1-0 loss to Rangers in Enugu. In other results, sports in Lagos were 2-1 winners over Akwa United. Bayelsa United defeated Doma 2-0, while Katsina United held on for a 3-2 win over visiting Kano Pillars. So, yes, that's what happened in the world of sports as far as the NPFL is concerned, and that's exactly what the outlook and the stories we've been tracking for you from yesterday till today, as well as what we're looking forward to later on in the day. And